During our Farm Basics time today, we're going to answer a question we've gotten from a lot of non-farmers all through 2019. That is, what are farmers going to do with all this ground that was flooded so they can actually raise a decent crop in 2020? The first thing farmers have to look at is this a long-term thing or a short-term thing? Can the river take my ground again? So for example, we have some river bottom ground where the river flooded. It came out of its banks, and that happens maybe once every 10 years. So if that's the case, that's totally different than if this wasn't a river issue. This was just, hey, I had a bunch of rain and it just kept raining all through the planting season, so I had delayed planting. That's not a long-term thing.
So water got out on the ground either way in either of those two situations. And if the water stayed in the ground for a long time, what we're concerned about is, you know what, some of our beneficial soil microbes may have died in the process. So we want to try to replenish that as quickly as we can. Farmers can apply some of the beneficial microbes that they need with products in furrow or even broadcast. The other way farmers can put more beneficial microbes out is by putting out manure or compost. That may be some ways that they jumpstart the whole process.
One of the reasons these microbes are so important is they can actually turn nutrients in the soil into a form that is available for use by the plant that year. And in some cases, they'll even bring those nutrients right to the plant. And you might say, well, why would the microbes do all that for the plant? Well, the reason why is the healthier the plant, the more the plant will kick out sugars for those microbes, and the microbes eat the sugars. So it's a symbiotic relationship, and this can happen if there are a lot of these microbes in the soil, but again, many died because of lack of oxygen due to the flooding.
The other thing that farmers will do is make sure they have available nutrition for their crops. So in the process of these microbes getting going again, farmers are going to try to put fertility closer to the row if they can. So that means either in furrow or more likely in a 2x2 type scenario or strip till. So they've got all the nutrients that plant needs in close proximity to where they're putting the seed, so they know for sure the root system will find it.
The number one thing that a lot of people are talking about too with these acres where they weren't able to plant because it was too wet is putting more drain tile in the ground. And we talk often here about drain tile. For the farmer, the big thing is there will now be more oxygen in the top 2 or 3 feet in the soil. So you end up with a healthier soil, and long term there's a lot less water that goes downstream because we raise a lot more crop.
Well, really the important thing here, Brian, is that farmers get a crop growing in the field again. Once we have that living host out in the field for all the microbes to start working around, we can start turning that soil around and making the field productive again.
Well, one of the things any farmer can do if he wants his ground to be very productive is control the weeds. Can you identify this week's Weed of the Week?